What is going on, people? This is Jonah Pipney, and welcome back to another sports reaction. We're talking about the Chicago Bears taking on the San Francisco 49ers in this Week 8 matchup. But before the start of the official video, just remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also if you are a returning subscriber, to hit that like button, also share the video and keep the channel growing. I am getting closer and closer to reaching my goal of 500 subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers that helped me reach my goal of 300. I am at now 314. So just continue to like and subscribe, and man, I appreciate it. And now on to the start of the official video. And the Chicago Bears is coming off a humiliating loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 38-3. And the Chicago Bears have lost their second consecutive game, and they're looking to bounce back against the San Francisco 49ers that have lost four consecutive games as well. And because of that, the Bears have a great chance to get back into the win column and give the San Francisco 49ers the fifth consecutive loss after starting off the season 2-0. But in order for the Bears to do that, they definitely have to follow these three keys to the game in order to help them get that victory. And of course, jumping out the keys to the game, key number one is to continue to run the ball with Khalil Herbert. It doesn't matter who the Bears go against. It doesn't matter if they go against the best run defense. The Bears continue to run the ball excellent, and they have to continue to do that in this game and possibly do a heavy run package in this game in order to get the victory. And this time around, he should receive help from Damian Williams, who did miss last week's game because of COVID-19 protocol. So having him back will definitely be able to help the Bears, not only in the running game, but also in the passing game, because he is a very good receiver out of the backfield, and also he can line up in the slot. But none of that would be possible without the offensive line continuing to play very well in terms of run blocking. But that's not the problem. The most biggest problem is that the offensive line cannot pass block to save their life. And that is leading up to the next key to the game. And that offensive line has to protect the quarterback. The Chicago Bears have given up the most sacks in the league so far this season. And it doesn't seem like it's going to slow down anytime soon. But they have to find a way to protect Justin Fields, because if not, they're going to get the rookie quarterback hurt and going to have his season end similar to Joe Burrow's or possibly worse. So that Bears offensive line definitely has to find a way to protect Justin Fields. If they do find a way to protect him and the play calling does improve, then the Chicago Bears definitely have an opportunity to secure a victory against the 49ers, whose will seems to have fallen off since starting off once again 2-0 to start the season. But in order for the Bears to attack the San Francisco defense, they have to involve Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney a lot more in a lot of different ways, and also get Cole Kmet a lot more involved and not just running seam routes and end routes, but have him do combination routes, tight end screens, do something to mix it up and get these players involved and get the ball in their hands a lot more. And if the Bears is able to get the ball to their star players, then they definitely have a better opportunity at winning this game. And now moving on to the defensive side of the ball, and key number three for the Bears in order for them to win this game is the fact that their entire defense has to play a lot better. Yes, you do have a few players here and there like Roquan Smith, Khalil Mack, and Robert Quinn going out there and playing terrific. But it has been a lot of suspect players, one of them being Eddie Jackson, who just continues to miss tackles. Yeah, Jalen Johnson did get burned last week, but the main culprit has been Eddie Jackson, who has been a shell of his former self since then. So what we're going to need for the Bears to do is just find a way to get it together and play more established and play a lot better, because the last 2 weeks they have been torched, especially against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if they're able to follow those three keys to the game, then the Bears can definitely secure a victory against the San Francisco 49ers. But that's enough about the Bears. Now it's time to move on to the San Francisco 49ers, talk about the three keys of the game that they need to do in order to secure a victory against the Chicago Bears. And key number one is that Jimmy Garoppolo has to simply play a lot more consistent. He has to become more clutch when the time comes and be a lot more accurate on his throws and stop making those bonehead fumbles and interceptions that he likes to throw at the most inconvenient time. But if he is able to limit those bonehead interceptions and able to hit the open man down the field on a more consistent basis, then the San Francisco 49ers will definitely have a strong chance in defeating the Chicago Bears. But now moving on to the second key to the game, and that is for the San Francisco 49ers to make sure that they get their superstars the ball. Much like Tampa Bay was able to do against the Chicago Bears, that's what San Francisco needs to do. Get the ball to Deebo Samuel and also George Kittle and other weapons on this very good 49ers offense. Despite the fact that the defense have not come to play, their offense has been in every single game. And the 49ers definitely have one of the best run games in the NFL. They might not be playing like it so far this season, but they definitely still do have one of the best running back duos there is. And the last key to the game for the 49ers to be able to win this game against Chicago Bears is very simple. Unleash the pass rush against the Chicago Bears. They've been having a hard time being able to protect the quarterback, giving up the most sacks in NFL. So Nick Bosa and that ferocious defensive line should have no problem getting after Justin Fields. So it's all about how much can they get to Justin Fields and how easily can they get to him. Because if they're able to get to him very easily and often and very early, then this definitely will be a very easy game for the San Francisco 49ers. And with that high-powered offense, it will turn into a blowout very quick, much like it did with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But once again, that was the keys to the game for the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. And these two teams have always matched up well. Always been close games between these two. There has been a few blowouts recently over the years. Most likely San Francisco doing the blowouts, but when the Bears win, it's usually a close game. But we're just going to see how these two teams match up. Once again, the Chicago Bears with 2 consecutive losses and the 49ers losing 4 consecutive games after starting off 2-0. Who will win this game? And the prediction for this game is that the Chicago Bears will win this game 24-23. It will be a very close game down to the wire. And I don't believe that San Francisco 49ers defenses will be able to stop the run of the Bears, and that will be able to help Justin Fields throw the ball down the field and finally connect more with Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney, and other players. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Once again, just remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, hit the like button and also share the video. This is John of Pipney bringing it back to you with another sports reaction. All right, people. Peace out.